Hey everyone, welcome to Conversations with the Collective. Jen and I kind of decided that we're starting a podcast.
Woo, we're ready.
And we're really not quite certain of what the title is going to be, but we think, Conversations with the Collective is a really great place to start. So we're going to just
welcome.
Give it a whirl and welcome to our podcast.
Yep.
We're excited to just, be us and share some insight and knowledge about what we're seeing in real estate and across Kansas City.
And sometimes just it's about the local market, the decor, fashion, food, and real estate that we want to talk about.
Love it. If you don't know us, I'm Stephanie Bulcock.
I'm Jennifer Weaver.
And we are the founding partners of the Collective at Compass. We have both been in real estate now for just about 8 years.
It's crazy that we actually started so close to each other.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And we didn't even know each other.
Right?
So cool.
But we have been kind of making our way, navigating our way, moving up the ranks across Kansas City real estate. 2020, we formed the Collective.
And it has been a journey.
It has been such a fun journey. Our first year as a team, we ranked number 11 across all of Kansas City. Our second year last year, we ranked number 10. And so we love that. And then we were recently named the number 1 mid-sized team in the state of Kansas. So we've...
Our team continues to grow. We should talk about that as well. We started with just 5 agents and now we're doubling our size, which is super exciting to see. We've got an incredible team of agents that we are so proud of and have been just great supporters of our clients and our team.
Yeah. We are super excited to share more with you and sharing the stories in the city that we love.
Yep. Behind the scenes a little.
Yeah, a little bit of BTS. Okay, so for our first podcast, we wanted to just kind of go through some different things that we've been seeing, reading, and hearing and give you our personal take on what that is. The interesting bit is that, all of us, we've been hearing these things on the national news. But you know what? Some of them aren't really relevant to us here in Kansas City.
We are a little bit more insulated here, which has been nice to see as well. So excited to share a little bit.
Yeah. Just last week, there was this great article in the Kansas City Star that said, Kansas City market defies national trends.
Yeah.
And, we really wanted to call that out and talk to you guys a little bit about that. As Jen mentioned, Kansas City does tend to be fairly well insulated from some of that volatility you see in the major metros. And we feel it every day. We see it every day. But the hard thing is that, when we turn on the TV or
the national news is saying something very different.
Right. So let's talk about it. Let's break this down a little bit.
Yeah.
Kansas City, we are seeing that we still don't have enough inventory to meet the need.
I mean, it has truly been a seller's market since 2015.
For
so
sure.
It has continuing to be that way as well.
Yep.
We're seeing changes, but it's not where we're seeing it change to a buyer's market by any means.
No. Our days on the market have ticked up ever so slightly, but we're
less
still
offers maybe on homes, but we're still seeing many with multiples. We're still seeing many homes selling over asking as well.
Yep. And I think, one of the things where it's defying national trends is you see some cities that grew at such a rapid rate, like some more of those coastal markets or cities that have been super duper hot over the past couple of years, where their rate of appreciation didn't really support kind of what that buyer market was. KC, we've steady
really
moderate growth, which is so normal and just fantastic.
And recent predictions are showing that still by the end of the year that Kansas City will probably be at almost a 14% appreciation, which is incredible.
Yeah, last year Johnson County hit 19%. This year anywhere 10 to 14% depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
So
and they're also predicting next year, which still could be very strong.
Yeah. Appreciation, right? So we're going to just continue to have this growth. The market has slowed down a smidge, the pace of the market, but that's okay because the past 2 years really weren't sustainable.
Yeah.
We kind of joke that it's 2019 all over again. So for you guys, you might not really understand kind of what that is, but it was a much more normal market than what we saw in 2020, 2022.
Right. The pandemic certainly pushed the pace for sure. So definitely a little bit of a change, but again, still very normal for what we would see, especially in the fall season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So was there anything else about that article that stood out to you?
No, I think that was mostly it. And of course, rates are a little bit higher, but we're also seeing that the need for homes are still there.
People are still out looking for homes. So, we hear on the national news that like, you know, a little bit doom and gloom, but like honestly, we are going to be very optimistic and bullish on the Kansas City real estate market. So Casey Starr reported it and we wanted to talk about it. All right, next up on the list, there were a couple things that we wanted to talk about with some of the big questions that we get. And, you know, one of the questions, do you want to kick it off? What's the big question?
I mean, the number one question people continue to talk about is what will rates be by the end of the year? I mean, I think that has been the topic for the last 4 or 5 months.
Are interest rates going to rise?
Yeah, or will they go down? Or should I wait? Because they might go down.
Yeah.
That's, I think, probably the biggest topic that we're seeing right now and hearing.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about that?
Okay, so, you know, rates are always going to go up and down. And what we always talk about is like, don't worry about what that number is. Talk about the payment.
Right, for sure.
And, you know, our clients.
Where you feel comfortable really being able to pay your monthly. Yeah.
And then the key is that like our clients have, you know, made such great investments. They're sitting on just like gold mines of equity. And so that really helps. And we were just on this webinar the other day where they were talking about like, so what's really the difference in payment between a 5% and a 7%? And when we break that down, like they asked a ton of really smart agents and no one got it right. But it's $1.29. It's $1.29 per thousand that you're borrowing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, while that can add up over a larger loan size,
right,
you know, you think it's going to be much more significant than what it is, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Are mortgage rates going to continue to increase or what?
You don't know. We don't know. I probably think a little bit, but we just don't know. I think they're always going to come back down too. So I think that's the piece.
Let's talk about that.
When will they come down? We don't know. There's no prediction on that. I mean, obviously, the raise in rates is due to inflation. Right. And I think that's the part that sometimes people don't quite understand.
And it's like a lever, right?
Yep, there's a direct reflection to that.
Yes.
You know, so when that starts to curve a little bit, we'll see a little change.
Yeah. And I, again, like bullish on real estate. I feel like, you know, once they see like those inflationary like pressures, some supply chain things like come down, ease a little bit, they are going to like come back and lower those rates. Yeah. What we do know is that like from history that you typically have a refinance event every like couple years, every few years. So if you buy right now at a really great price,
there's an opportunity to refinance later for sure.
Absolutely. And we have to focus on like, you know, does your home meet your needs? Like, is it meeting, like, is it checking all your boxes still? Because that's huge.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
what's the second one? What else are they talking about?
What's going on with home prices?
And we talked a little bit about that already, but a little bit about that pricing as well as appreciation, of course, in homes. But we are seeing a little bit of a difference in pricing where sellers or buyers, I should say, are not having to go as far over when they go to purchase, but we're still seeing homes sell over.
When we take a look at our listings, most of our listings have been still selling in multiple offer situations.
Yeah.
When we're coming out the gate, it's, you know, priced right, dressed to sell. We're still seeing the multiple offers. It's a fewer number of offers, but it's still like it's still
competitive. I think that's the piece that people need to realize. It's still very competitive.
And the key is in Kansas City and nationwide, they're saying that home prices are going to continue to appreciate through 2023. So we have to keep that, you know, when they're talking about the market slowing down, nobody's talking depreciation whatsoever.
No.
We're still talking about moving up. And, you know, even if it comes into a normal, like,
well, and
6%,
I think that's the
still
piece,
so normal.
Yeah, I think that's the piece that it's hard to believe, but real appreciation really has been anywhere between 2 and 5%. That has been what it has been for the last like 10 years, 12 years. 15.
Sure.
Yeah. So really, you know, for it to go to a 3% is still really strong.
Right. So it's just different from what we've been experiencing. And I think that over the past couple of years, like we felt like what we were experiencing like became that new normal. It was anything but normal, right?
Right. Very true.
You know, home prices, they're going to continue to appreciate. Real estate is still like one of the best investments and it's going to continue to thrive in that way.
Yep. Very true.
So,
well, and it also comes back to supply and demand. We still have many, many buyers out there looking for homes.
We don't have enough homes to meet the need in Kansas City. We are like, we're underbuilt still. We need more homes.
Yep.
So then like the other question we're getting is, should I buy now? Right? Because of, where home prices are with interest rates, should I buy now? And, like, what's your situation?
Yep. I think that's the thing that everybody, the number one reason why people buy is, are they in the place that that feels good to them?
Yes.
And certainly that is important, and we know that. Yeah. But with all of the listings that we've had in the last few weeks, the demand for the buyers coming in the door, we're just so crazy.
Huge.
It's so crazy. We're seeing, open houses with 70 to 80 people coming through.
That's kind of a little outside the norm. That's a mega open house for y'all, but
even so, we're still seeing some really good traffic, and still seeing a really good amount of showings on our listings, which is again a great trend to show that the buyers are still out there looking for homes.
Yeah. And so like my answer on, is now, like, should I buy now? And it's like, let's buy now. And here's why. So we have, compared to the spring market when everybody's looking, we have a little less competition than the spring market.
Yeah.
So you're like competing against less people. You're not having to go up as high, and we've been able to have inspections again and negotiate a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic. And
I actually even got a home warranty recently.
It's the
it's
little
always
things.
good to see a little win here and there. Yeah. It's good. It's
so
good.
Now is the time to buy. If you are in the market for a home, if your home no longer meets your needs,
or if you're renting, for sure it's a time to buy.
Yeah. And then also, if you're an investor, now is like
Snatch
legit
up some of those really great homes.
A good time to buy. You want to go into investors a little bit?
We can. It's crazy. I was just reading that on average, 1 out of every 6 homes that are sold are by an investor.
Yeah.
By an investor purchasing it. So there are a lot of investors out there, and it's interesting.
The reason is exciting. Because for the last 2+ years, investors were not able to compete. So when we had all of these owner occupieds coming in and literally flooding the market due to the low interest rates, investors would come in and they're looking at something based off of the investment potential.
Right.
What are the cash flows? What are,
how much
what's
would they
the
have
dollars
to put
and
in
cents?
to get it back? Yes.
They're taking a look. It's a very data-driven, analysis. And then all of a sudden, you've got this emotional owner-occupied home buyer that's like, I'll do this plus whatever.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, I'm tapping out. I can't.
No, right. No, it looks like they're coming back in, which is exciting.
But now, for all of those people that have been sitting on the sidelines and waiting to invest, if you're looking we've seen more flip opportunities come up. We've seen more long-term rentals. Multifamily is totally where it's at right now.
Yeah. Hard to find though.
I have a little plug. Jen and I have a killer package, Kansas City, Kansas, 14 full 2-half duplexes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So we've got some good inventory coming on. But investors, it now is making a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Our cash buyers, our cash investors, now is a great time. And then even those that are getting financing, we've got, great lending partners that are still doing wonderful things for our investors.
Yeah.
And you have to keep in mind, it's about Kansas City is the cash flow and appreciation. So in investor world, typically you can't get both, but KC, we've been able to make it happen.
And we've actually had some really great success because there are some listings that are out there that have been thinking that they were still in the spring market. So they went on the market and they priced it really high.
Yep.
And they're sitting there. And then people suddenly just kind of don't go back there. And then if we can find those, there's an opportunity to get some really good pricing on those.
Cool thing is both you and I have gotten our investors really killer deals. You know, I had that one in Old OP. We got it 40 G's under. It's wild.
I got one in Olathe. 10% under, and it's going to be cash flowing in a second. It's going to be great. So some really super great opportunities for sure.
Yep. So investors, if you have been hanging out on the sidelines, now is the time to come back in.
Do we tell them our secret?
Yeah. Go for it.
No, they need to call us later.
they can call us, and we do have a secret. We have a little secret in for our really investors. That's been pretty, that's been pretty great. Way to plug that. I was like, what's the secret?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But you got to call us and figure out what our secret little avenue is.
Together.
Yeah, we've got some. That's the whole thing, right? So we've been able to build out some killer strategic portfolios for our investors. Our investors are coming in from, local here in KC, and then also from coast to coast. And it's been so fun just being able to build relationships with these investors over the years. And we are building out a strategic portfolio, figuring out what their goals and objectives are.
To go, what are good places across the city. I mean, it really has been educational.
Helping them build that out.
And fun. Yep.
Cool.
Great. Cool.
Do you want to do something fun?
What?
Okay, this is a secret question. Jen doesn't know about what this one is. So,
oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right, let's see about this. Woo!
All right, so here's our secret question. So, Broke Agent Media does some really fun things, but they have a great killer voice for the agent, where they're able to come in and they've got different articles. Some of them are funny, some of them are serious, some of it's real life real estate. But there was a story the other day on Insta, and it was Broke Agent, and it said every real estate agent is like a walking CVS. We have Tums, tissues, Advil, sanitizer, Clip Bars, facial lotion, toilet paper, Pepto, gum, and baby wipes on us or in our cars at all time. Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty
funny.
funny.
We're gonna go take a look.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh!
We're gonna pull it out. No.
Story.
And this is so we're gonna Mary Poppins this. So we're gonna see what real life realtors have in their bags.
Yeah, this is good. Well, I do have some glasses because I am getting old.
Okay.
So I will say that is true. I can actually see that.
You can actually read it,
but I many times need that.
Okay. I've got a Sherwin-Williams color wheel.
Yep.
I've got Sherwin-Williams color palette. Been doing a little design work lately, so that's right there.
I have to say that you probably won't be finding any toilet paper in my bag, but that is
hand
that's
sanitizer.
crazy.
I got you covered.
Yeah. You do have toilet paper in there?
No, hand sanitizer.
Well, it was like,
no.
Hey, I've got some contacts just in case I have to stay overnight somewhere. I didn't know. I'm like, hey, that's good.
I got a tape measure.
A tape measure's good. Yep. I've got some, business cards.
Yeah, business cards are good.
I do have some of those.
I got my shades. Need those.
Yep, that's awesome.
Anything weird?
Lots of makeup. I don't think there's anything too weird today.
How many lipsticks do you have?
I do have 20,000 lipsticks, but I do love a good lipstick. It's true. And I do have a cord just in case we do lose power and I need to plug in because that is necessary.
Cord has come in
last week.
Handy.
So that is helping you out. I've got you, sister.
Yeah.
I think that's probably about the most exciting stuff
and you've got
here.
laptop and just normal stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought that was a little fun because Broke Agent Media, they kill it.
Crack me up. I seriously laugh every single day.
I know, but it's I just thought that would be a little fun to see
fun.
What's in our Mary Poppins bags because we constantly have so much stuff.
I do think I have a secret question for you too.
What?
No, it's kind of theming it because we're in October and we're getting ready for Halloween. And I know it's one of your favorite holidays because you've got kids and I feel like you probably have about 3 costumes that you're getting ready to put on for the Halloween.
Yeah.
So my question for you though is in real estate.
Okay.
What has been one of the scariest things that you've seen recently? Because I actually have to say that I was a bit frightened yesterday on some of the things I saw. Probably one of the scariest. Maybe not scariest, but frightening, which I was like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah. So the most frightening thing, I don't get freaked out in houses at all, but there was one that I was showing about 2 months ago and I called you right after I left.
Yeah, that's right. That is true.
And there was it was one of those homes where you just got the creepy vibe. They had some really interesting choice of artwork and I was by myself and I needed to get out.
That's right. Oh my gosh, tell them about the artwork.
No,
oh
it's
my
not.
gosh,
it's not it's not subject to. It's
wow.
not good.
It was I got to run. I had one of those moments when I was first in real estate, and I was in a very beautiful neighborhood. It was affluent. Would not have expected anything to happen in this neighborhood, and I was actually going to preview a home for a client that was flying into town, and I thought, okay, I'll go in it. It wasn't occupied, and went downstairs and I was, by myself downstairs.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I got this feeling. And I don't really necessarily get weird vibes or anything like that. I know when the full moon is out. But anyway, I don't really get weird feelings. But all of a sudden I got this feeling like I'm in the basement in this house that no one knows I'm here, which you always should tell people where you're at. But I said, no one knows I'm here. And all of a sudden I was like, whoa, what if somebody didn't know I was in the basement? And I started like going really fast around all the rooms. I was like, oh, woo. I'm like really fast. Like, oh my gosh. Come to find out the next day that there was a murder in this house.
What?
Swear. There was a murder in the house.
So weird.
So like talk about totally scary. So yeah, so that's our October kind of crazy secret question for you to find out if you see anything
kind of creepy.
But yeah,
I mean, we see weird stuff all day, every day.
And some of it we don't even think it's creepy, and it would creep everybody else out. But yesterday actually, I was down south in Peculiar and was in a house that we weren't sure if the homeowner had been evicted or my buyer seemed to think that maybe somebody had died because the home was actually frozen in time. Like there was cigarette butts in the ashtray, the beds weren't made, clothes were still in the closet, food was still on the counter. Super weird.
They just had to go.
Yeah, something happened. But yeah, so that was a little creepy. I would say that was a little spooky, I should say. Like, oh, that's kind of weird. But needless to say, the house was sold by the end of the day.
So the Sherwin-Williams recently came out with their 2023 color of the year.
How do you even say that word?
It's Red End Point.
Yeah, Reddit.
Red End, REDEND Point.
Reddit, yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, it is like a brownish color with some pink in it. So it's almost like if terracotta was warmed up with some brown in it.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, I'm like super disappointed. I legit get super stoked about the color of the year and the color palettes and the inspo and the visions because we live, work, and play so much in color.
Right. Well, and we love to change decor.
But there's so much hype for like the color of the year. Like I love Sherwin-Williams. We use Sherwin-Williams like pretty much exclusively.
You wait for that when you're like, when will the color of the year come out?
Yeah.
Like I feel like
and then they say it's coming, and then you see it.
Oh,
it was a womp womp. Like
you know what? Do you remember what last year was?
Yeah, Evergreen Fog.
Yeah. Did you like that one?
Like I know a lot of people that did.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're good accents. I don't know if I would love to see it on necessarily like woodwork or tables and things like that. Mm-hmm. That's where it gets a little bit deeper, where some of the other colors you could really like totally see it on a wall and in a room.
For sure.
And some of those things, I don't know if I would see that necessarily.
I think Red End Point for me, it's an accent color. It's a pillow. It's a piece of decor. I mean, but I don't know. Like, I just was a little sad about it because I like love it when, when you have those colors that you can use like as an accent on an island. Remember when like naval, like
that was like that was 2020, but that still is super popular.
But it's just like you want something that's just gonna like be so indicative of like what everyone's going through. And Evergreen Fog made sense because everyone started going greens and like pulling that through. Yeah. And then, now everyone is like coming like a little bit more in those like
naturals are definitely the trend.
The naturals, browns. But come on, people.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. Well, anyway.
Yeah. How are you going to use it in design? Are you going to use it at all?
No, I do think it's something that I would use like with picture frames or even with vases and some things like that, or on pillows. It'll look great. 100%. I think I can totally see some accents in pillows with that.
Accents, yes.
I need it. I'm pretty neutral right now, so I'm ready for a little like splash of some color. So I think I could add it.
I know. Yeah. So Kansas City is always getting these amazing accolades for like best places to live,
best place
to work,
to raise a family,
play. Yes.
Yep.
Best
places to eat.
Fortune just came out with a new little accolade here.
Yeah.
And the city of Olathe was named the number 3 city to raise a family in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's like super exciting.
That was super exciting.
I live in Olathe and I raise a family.
Now I live here too.
Right?
I just moved over, so yeah.
But like I love that like it's number 3 because on a national list, taking a look at all of the cities across the United States, that Olathe, Kansas is coming up in the top places to raise a family, because it's, again, like, we know that where we live, work, and play is such an awesome place.
So important. Yep.
But it's so wonderful when, like, the national, on the national stage, it comes out as, another, just great
Johnson
place
County
to
has
live.
had so many that have made it on the list, but it was really fun to see Olathe be on there too.
Yeah.
I was actually just trying to order something yesterday, and no one seems, if you don't live here, they don't know how to say it.
Olathe.
Olathe. He called it Olathe.
Olathe.
Yeah.
Olathe.
Yeah. It is interesting how it's spelled. Olathe. But yeah, I think that was pretty funny. But such amazing things. Now being on this side of town, some of the best places to shop, eat, best parks. I mean, there's so many
amazing
things to
schools. Olathe's got killer schools.
They really, really do. And now with so much growth around Olathe Lake, I mean, people can't, like, they really want to move and be
bringing the outdoors
to that
in
area.
Of the trails, the lake, just the different things that you can do.
Yeah,
it's a huge, like, draw for sports as well. With all the Garmin soccer complex, we've got multiple football fields, baseball fields,
right? And location wise, it's so central to everything.
I know it sounds like overdone, but like legit easy highway access.
It really is.
It genuinely is.
Yeah. And I cannot tell a lie. Like, I think I now have my newest favorite coffee shop.
Where?
You do? Yes. I think I probably
little
am.
Plug for Pour Coffee House at College and Lone Elm.
Yep. Gotta say, I'm probably
amazing.
There 3 times a week at least, and that burrito is to die for. You gotta go have it.
Anyway. I haven't had it.
So coffee is one thing, but the food and bakery is fantastic. So.
Amazing. So super excited. Olathe got named
pretty cool.
number 3 place to raise a kid.
Love
we think
it.
it's a pretty good spot, and love that little accolade.
Come visit us.
Right. The west side is the best side.
Cute.
Okay. Also coming up, it's October.
Yeah.
And you think that, like, buying season is over?
No, traditionally October's always been the best time to buy. I mean, people haven't realized that because we've been in a pandemic years where it's been off the charts and there's really never been a bad time to buy. But typically, October's really been the time. I always tell people, I'm like, don't worry. We're going to find some really great homes in October, and it works every time. Yeah.
So they're saying that, like, that week of, like, October 21st is kind of like that best week to buy.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to figure out, like, what's sometimes the calculation.
I wonder, like, where do these things come up? Like, best day. I think the best day, what was that? I think that's in, like, October or November. I think the best day to, like, actually buy. The best week to buy a home is coming up here in October. And it was kind of based on all these things, like with the amount of inventory and pricing. Yeah, people backing out a little bit, thinking that they don't have time and that there's not as much light, with daylight savings time and
still being able to be in a home for the holidays. Yeah. Right?
There's still time. Absolutely.
So we need to decide. Swearing in real estate.
Oh, yeah.
Swearing in real estate.
Is it hot or not? That's our favorite game. But
is it hot or not?
Okay.
And, like, I'm going to say hot because I use it all the time and I swear all the time, but it's more of an emphasis, not necessarily to be crass.
Yes. And I would say before I got into real estate, I did not swear very much. I just, came from the corporate life and we just did it. And then I got to corporate life. And then I met Stephanie and it was like, wow, okay.
I know.
I do have a
potty mouth.
Yeah, it's true. So, we should bring back our past video.
Okay.
The past.
Yeah. So we are gonna have to do
last
this.
Winter-ish?
Yeah, like last fall we pulled out our blooper vid, and so it'll be funny,
and it gets to
for everyone to see what this was.
Your
but
real
this
language.
is.
Yeah.
It was maybe a little bit early stage when we were shooting vids.
Yeah, all the time. Yep, that's true. And we should pull that out.
Okay. Yep, we're gonna pull that out.
Yeah. Oh.
With the kelp.
You were on a really good roll.
Okay.
And just being able to get out and enjoy the city.
Exactly.
Well, that worked. Shoot. Dang it.
Hey everyone, today we wanted to talk to you about one of the biggest topics that we discuss every minute that we walk into a home. I don't know.
Restart.
Yeah. This summer is the new spring.
Okay, wait, it's fall. Rewind. Okay. Needs later. Me.
I'm like,
hop in.
I don't know what to say at this point.
Okay. Ways to work with our clients, and I totally that up. I just like hearing Jen sing again.
Yeah, that feels. I'm like going lower and lower. I'm like,
Was that okay? Or you want us to redo it?
Okay. All right. We're gonna talk. So annual client reviews. It's something that we've started to do with our clients, and it's been actually like really amazing to be able to pull that out with our clients to come in and like have a conversation, because
it's so true, because you yearly meet with your financial advisor,
your accountant,
and, your
doctors.
Yes. So how often do you really talk about your house? And that is a perfect opportunity to really share with our clients, what kind of equity they have in their homes.
And the cool piece is,
and really
that,
the market strength.
That everyone's sitting on like a gold mine equity, right? Or gosh, like they've got so much equity in their home. They
just don't know. They don't even know.
Yeah. And it's been really awesome to be able to like show them how the recent sales have impacted their home's value.
Yeah.
So, we've been kind of working through, our clients and starting that. But if we haven't gotten to you yet and you are interested in your annual client review, reach out. We want to see you.
Yes.
We want to come by. We want to see all the projects you've been doing. And we want to be able to come in and like show you all of those great recent sales and help you just better understand what that means for you. Because the interesting piece is, one of the other things that we've come to find out is that, we've got people that have been, in their homes for just a few years that
have really increased in price, really. Yeah.
But we're having conversations where they're also saying that they're ready to move again because
so fast.
They had bought and their life changed, their family dynamics changed, they had kids, they got a pay raise
fast, and they just, were pressured, and they just didn't feel like they got into the right home too. That happened too. Yeah.
And we've also been talking to people about, how to tap into their equity in their home to like leverage other investments. Like we've been working with a lot of people on building out their investment portfolio. So we love having these conversations in the annual client review. It's been a really impactful thing that we've added for our clients, and we're super stoked to be able to continue those conversations.
True.
Okay, guys, that was our first podcast. We are so stoked to be able to bring you great content. We've been pushing out a lot. Our newest channel is YouTube, so go take a look, follow the collective there.
Give it a like.
Yep. Subscribe. And then as well as on Insta and Facebook.
Yes. And if there's any other topics that you are interested in learning more about, let us know that too.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks.